Hi, my name is Larry Reid, and I'm the host of Larry Reid Live. On Wednesday nights, you guys never see me out here on the public platform because I be in a closed behind paywall and Patreon. And that's where I have conversations with those that I'm responsible for coaching, for um, teaching, and praying with, and so many other things, just assisting them in becoming their on their journey. And we just had an eclipse. And the day before the eclipse, I began to look into the heavens and look for patterns. I believe, as prophets, true prophets of God in Christ Jesus, that we should be trained in so many different prophetic sciences and sciences that cause people to come into a clarity and a deeper understanding about themselves, their path, their calling, their money, their businesses. And in addition to hearing from God and visiting sacred texts such as the Bible and other sacred texts, um, we also look into these sciences like numerology and astrology to see what we can see so that we can do certain things at certain times or be open to certain things at certain times and understand that things are always happening in a pattern. And if we can uncover the pattern, then our path gets clearer. And I saw a pattern. I'm going to play for you right now something that was said on that day. And then I'm going to come back and we're going to get started. You are locked into Larry Reid Live show, but at the same time, I have those that I have to prophesy to and minister to on Wednesday nights in the chat. So you may see me do a balancing act, but everybody hit like, everybody hit share. We're going to have the conversation. And those of you that are part of Reformation, and Wednesday night is usually our Q&A, you can ask me all sorts and kinds of questions. We may get to it, we may not get to it, because we got to have a conversation about what is happening in our world. I feel like if I don't do this, then I'm not really doing what I'm sent here to do. So we're going to talk about it. But first, let's play this. The last time we had a lunar eclipse in Pisces, there were certain things that happened, two particular things that happened. Princess Diana's death. Her death was August the 31st. The funeral was September the 6th. Billions watched globally as this global icon passed. It is possible that we could see this repeat in the month of September, on or around. Now, it happened about 2 weeks before the eclipse, but on and around. Guess who else died last time we had a lunar eclipse in Pisces? Mother Teresa. So collective grief could be something that we're gonna see in this month. Could be. There's a possibility because the energy from Pisces. So we could see some global or collective mourning that's going to be happening in this month, on or around when the lunar eclipse is in Pisces. And here we are. The collective is mourning because Charlie Kirk has been assassinated. I don't know if media is going to start using that term, but I started using it over an hour ago and people were fussing at me. It was very clear that this was an assassination to me. I'm not saying God told me that. It's probably going to be used by them on the TV, but you may say, oh, Larry was right. God told him. No, just my prophetic eye observation. I could tell this was an assassination. It went right for the jugular. There was no way that he could survive that. Here we are in collective mourning, just as the heavens declared it. Now, all of you that say astrology isn't real, this is one of many signs that we have seen through this platform of looking up in the heavens and seeing the possibilities, because there are many different futures. But we're we've been able to look in the heavens and narrow it down. March of 2024. I said, looking at the movement of Pluto and what's happening around the election, we will possibly see, the rise of Trump energy. Trump could become our next president, and lo and behold, that's what happened. I don't believe he was elected in, because also earlier that year I was asked, what did I see concerning the election? And I said, I don't see an election. And now there's data and information coming out that there was not a true election. America is in crisis because America is in this God-ordained, orchestrated shift that is also a sift. And at the same time, the sifting is happening, the shifting is happening. On a personal level, you are being shifted. Your money, your life, every aspect of you is going through a transition. This shift is going to leave nothing the same. You won't stay the same. How you make your money will not stay the same. Where you live will not stay the same. How you believe what you believe will not stay the same. Everything will be affected by this shift. There is no government globally. There is no people globally who will not experience this shift, because the heavens have declared it. There are two major things. There are many, but two major things that are happening right now in the heavens that is going to affect planet Earth. There is no part of the earth that will not be impacted. There's no system, no people, no culture that will not feel this shift and be changed into something very different. One thing is Pluto that is in Aquarius. Another thing is Uranus that is in Gemini. September, so many celestial events happening. September the 7th was the eclipse in Pisces. And then September the 21st is going to be a solar partial eclipse in Virgo. Between this lunar moon eclipse on the 7th and this solar eclipse on the 21st, there is a astrological term that is used for whenever this happens. It's called a ecliptic or eclipse corridor, a spiritual hallway made between two celestial events. And we have had the most unique eclipse corridor ever in history, ever recorded. Because in that space of time, not only is it amazing that it was a moon eclipse in Pisces and a partial solar one in Virgo. That's only happened one other time in history. But we had a 999 portal in between there. That 999 portal did nothing but amplify certain things that are already happening because of the sign that the lunar eclipse happened in, the sign that the partial eclipse is going to happen in. Pluto, we're sitting in Aquarius until 2023 and 2024, and Uranus until 2033 is going to be in Gemini, and our president is Gemini. Ladies and gentlemen, unescapable experiences and happenings. You got to pay a darn attention. And if you're watching me right now and you have not been watching me for months, when I'm talking about the exodus out of America, some of you must exit, some of you must stay. There are instructions for the exit and there are instructions for the staying. You don't need to be missing Larry Reid Live, and you need to be in my Patreon so that you can know what the hell is going on. Otherwise, you're not going to know, because your pastor, your prophet, is not a futurist, is not a shift strategist. I am a deconstructionist. So you need to have a prophet with these attributes or you're not going to know. Now, with the Holy Ghost in you, now that is an intelligence, but that intelligence is subject to your intelligence. Your seek after data and knowledge and researching is subject to your knowledge. It can only help you do what you are putting yourself out there to do. The Holy Ghost in you is an intelligence, but it can be limited by what is happening in your consciousness. And especially if your consciousness is subject to what happens in the four-wall space called the church, then there's certain things spirit can't whisper to you. But because you're watching me right now the spirit is going to begin to deconstruct you in the world of your faith. You're going to begin to get decolonized, delivered of whiteness that has infected you by way of Christianity. You're going to begin to get out of fellowship with the God of the Bible and get into fellowship with the true Lord God of all, who is love. That was the manifestation that Jesus Christ was. Now, the Jesus Christ mentioned in the Bible, our King James Version, that version. Now, if you open it up and to the other books that they didn't put in the Bible, you'll see that Jesus talked about God in you, or Christ in you, a consciousness coming into your own power. But they got rid of those books and only kept those that would keep us stoic and square in spirituality, religious and disempowered. But I'm telling you, because you're watching me, your eyes are going to begin to peek open and you're going to start seeing for the first time. When you saw that blood come out of that jugular, your humanity was your humanity was disturbed. And I'm glad it was disturbed, because now maybe you're going to have an inkling that something ain't right. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. And if that happened to you and you got that feeling, there's still a chance. Still a chance for you to come into a new clarity, for you to shift into a new consciousness, for you to come into a new awakening. And that's what I hope is going to be happening. We're going to have a conversation about this Charlie, Kirk, and we're also going to look at Uranus and Gemini. And how did I know that this was a possibility of happening? Because I looked into the heavens and I saw a pattern. The only other time in history that NASA has recorded concerning the heavens was many, many moons ago. I want to say I want to say 2007, maybe. I think it was. No. I got the dates mixed up. But the last time this happened, I saw a pattern. And I said, there were some things that happened in a corridor similar to this many years ago. And it was the death of public figures that caused a collective mourning. Now, if you were in that live and you're in the chat, please put in the chat and let them know it really happened. That really happened. And I said there could be in this month, on or around the eclipse, that we just came out of the eclipse on the 8th, that we could see collective mourning. And here we are. And there's mourning that is going on. We're going to look at some of these posts too that have been made. Kendall has uploaded them here. We're going to look at these posts and we're going to have a conversation about it. This is normally our Wednesday night breakdown, Q&A. You're going to see us worship within our giving a little later on. And I'll probably turn off Facebook for that. I may make it go private for that. And that's part of what we do in our community, because we are a ministry. But I had to come out here and have this conversation here because I need everybody here very clear. So let's look at this one more time. What was said on that day, on September the 6th. Eclipse in Pisces, there were certain things that happened, two particular things that happened. Princess Diana's death. Her death was August the 31st. The funeral was September the 6th. Billions watched globally as this global icon passed. It is possible that we could see this repeat in the month of September, on or around Now, it happened about 2 weeks before the eclipse, but on and around. Guess who else died last time in a lunar eclipse in Pisces? Mother Teresa. So collective grief could be something that we're gonna see in this month. Could be. There's a possibility because the energy from Pisces. So we could see some global or collective mourning that's going to be happening in this month on or around when the lunar eclipse is in Pisces. All right. Also look at this. Now see, hold on. Now let's look at this because now I'm doing two things. I'm with the LRL community and I'm also with Reformation. I'm having to do two things at one time. Now, Reformation, look at this. You remember the September prophecy? Go down to where it talked about, look at here, it says, your thought, word, and action seeds will yield their harvest quickly in September's shifting. I repeat, your thought, word, and action seed will yield their harvest quickly in September's shiftings. Now, what is so interesting about this man, Charlie Kirk? He made some very interesting statements out of his mouth. And one of the statements that he made was this. He said that public executions should come back and people should be killed executed in front of others so that they could watch, and said we should do it in a holy way. He also said that people dying by guns, it's okay as long as we can keep our Second Amendment rights. The Spirit said before September came in that in September, what you say out of your mouth, and see, the whole community went on a mouth watch in May. Spirit brought it back up before we went into September, October, November, December, and said that was practice. Now watch what you say because you're going to have it quick. I'm not making it up. Check the chat. I'm sure they in there said, you sure said it. So, and I want y'all to understand something. This is not me prophesying or saying God told me this stuff. This is just astrology. And you running away from it. Now you understand why the church teach you to not do it. Because if you begin to pay attention to astrology, we're not talking about worshiping no star. We ain't talking about worshiping no moon. We're saying look at it. Pay attention to the pattern. Now, J.P. Morgan says something really interesting that we just don't listen to. Christians go to Chase Bank all the time, put their money. Their whole churches got their main money at Chase Bank, but then it ain't got nothing to do with astrology. Well, J.P. Morgan said, he said, millionaires do not pay attention to astrology, but billionaires do. Maybe you should begin to pay attention to what rich, wealthy people are saying about the things your Christianity told you is unholy, like astrology, like African spirituality. They using our stuff behind walls. They went and took our African artifacts. We now starting to get some of them back because they wanted to drain it of its power and energy. How could this people be so smart and so strong? I know y'all don't know, Black is the epitome of brilliance. Black is the epitome of creativity. There is no other people on the face of earth that will ever be more than what we are because of the law of first. We were made first and everything came out of us. We have an intelligence that is in our pineal gland that nobody has except us. Everybody has melanin. We gave the whole earth a melanin. Even our white counterparts, brothers and sisters have it. But you melanin, nobody has but us. When we go in the sun, see, they can't take the sun, but we can sit in the sun. And when we do, that you melanin begins to give information and insight about stuff. And one of the main things us as Black people was connected to is the earth, nature, the stars, the sun, and the moon. They disconnected you from that took the part of that teaching, even with your ancestors and angels, took it out of that Bible, left you with these 66 books that have been raped, molested, infused with whiteness, made women wrong, made gay sin, took away women's autonomy, said enslaved children. Go to your neighboring countries, take everything out of there, but then keep the little girls for your play. That's in your Bible. They made sure that was in there because they needed to excuse that for the white people. Women don't talk in the church. You can't. 2 Timothy 2:12. That's in your Bible. This thing has been manipulated so that you can be made mute, powerless, and controlled. It's impossible for what we see happening in our government to be happening if Christianity wasn't the main religion of this country. That same Bible said disabled people in Leviticus 21:16-21. Disabled people can't come to God. And we saw 47 when he was 45 mocking the disabled. That's not a coincidence. Stone the women who are not virgins when they marry. Deuteronomy 22:13-21. Stone the disobedient children. Deuteronomy 21:18-21. If two men are fighting and a woman come and try to help her husband, that woman got to have a hand cut off, according to Deuteronomy 25:11-12. This is in your Bible. It even gave instructions for having a slave. You can beat that slave, but don't beat him if he can't hear. You beat him, this is what it says, you beat him improperly if the beating leads to his death or he's not okay in a couple of days. But he is your property, he is your money. The slave dungeon is under churches in Africa. Something is wrong with our Christianity. It needs to be decolonized and it needs to be deconstructed. Because ain't nothing wrong with Christ, but Jesus Christ is a mascot for Christianity. White face used to bring subjugation to brown bodies. That's in the Bible, y'all. Why is it we serve a religion that there has to be a shedding of blood for the forgiveness of sin? Have you ever asked yourself that question? Why there had to be a mutilation of Jesus for sin to be removed? Because our Christianity is bloody. Our Christianity is violent. That's why we got to be deconstructed and decolonized and reborn in the world of our faith. We got to go back to where we come from. Go sit in the sun and reconnect with the Creator. Are you hearing what I'm saying? They told you to come out of nature. They told you to not pay attention and be connected to the plants and trees, but then they went and started hugging trees when we are the original tree huggers, because we understand that we're connected to the tree. We have the same makeup. White has ripped you off. And what is happening now, white is under judgment. And white is going to erase itself. Are you hearing what I'm saying? It's in your Bibles. Take those cities. We see it now. Go over there to Gaza. Just take it. It's in the Bible. You should just take the nearby cities and enslave them or kill them. And keep the women and children as plunder. That's Deuteronomy 20:10-16. I'm not making it up. It's in your biblications. I mean, so rigid. If I work on Saturday, I should be stoned. That's Numbers 15:32-36. And then in order for me to love God, it says I got to hate myself. I got to hate my mama. I hate my daddy. Hate my sister. Hate my brother. If I'm going to serve Jesus, Luke 14:26. There's something that is infected as it relates to so many areas of infection in our Christianity. And we got to start asking questions. Got to rip my eye out if I look at someone in lust, according to Matthew 18:9. In times like this, when your humanity is activated because you see something so horrible, this is a great time for you to start asking questions. Ask yourself questions. And then before the presence of God, begin to make a request so that you can finally see again for the first time, because somebody took your sight. You still got your eyes, but you don't have no sight because your sight been played with on the pew. Are you hearing what I'm saying? In this time where your words, your thoughts, and your deeds quickly come to pass, is the time where what Charlie Kirk has said has came upon him. A public, he said it should be televised and quick. I'm not making it up. Go research. That's what he said. And now it happened to him. Watch your mouth and your moves. I think it's one of my favorite content creators. I salute you too, the lead attorney. Thank you so much for that. Let's look at something else he said.
I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights. That is a prudent deal. I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights. That is a prudent deal.
Horrendous, absolutely horrible. And the horrendous and the horrible has came upon him. It's terrible. I can't get that image out my head. It's almost like the George Floyd thing. I can't get the image out of my head, seeing life come out of his body. Whoever this, and I called it an assassination. Assassination. Let me know if what they're calling it on TV yet. I called it on about over an hour ago, and everybody was saying I shouldn't say that. But of course, this is what it hit the jugular. You got to know what the hell you're doing to do somebody like that. Got to listen to some of the things that he said. He called. Let me see. It's moving away from me. It's moving quick. Okay, so he called transgenderism a mental disease because a boy want to go put on a dress and live like a woman, because a woman want to go put on whatever pertains to a man and live like a man. That is personal. That ain't got nothing to do with me, ain't got nothing to do with you. That's between them. But Christianity, remember now, is a colonizer's tool. It was created in the East by the Pope, or the Pope in a letter. Y'all go read the Doctrine of Discovery. Look for that. And these letters. This, or they're calling it a political assassination. Where did you hear that first? Go look on my Facebook page. Because somebody want to do something opposite than what you believe, you say they're mentally ill. I don't want to do it. I don't fully 100% understand it. But if that's what you want to do, why do I feel like I need to do something about something you're doing? That is Christianity. The Pope said, when you go to places and they have another religion, make that religion wrong, reprogram them with your religion and say that you have discovered them. Because if they're not Christian, they're undiscovered. That's what happened. Portugal went to the west coast of Africa, which was the collection spot. They got them from all over. They grabbed us from all over, but collected us like property. He also said that public executions for inhumane crimes should come back to be done in the public. He came up against MLK and civil rights. He put a target on the back of humanity. Even talked about the Indians. He didn't deserve to die. He didn't deserve to be killed. He didn't deserve to be assassinated. That was horrible. Horrible. And it's showing us the state of our country. It's showing us the state of our country. And the state of our country is as it is because of Christianity, not the devil, unless you want to call the devil Christianity. You cannot agree with me, but you have to be ignoring the facts if you're in full disagreement with me, because I'm only quoting the facts. He mocked George Floyd's murder and called him some old crazy, weird, corny word. I remember that. And now, like George Floyd, he's killed in front of the world. George Floyd's neck, air was cut off. He was shot in the neck. There's no coincidences under the sun. It's a pattern. It's a prophecy. And he was the president, listen to this, of Turning Point, USA. Hear me, hear me. This death is a turning point. This death is a turning point. I was watching Ty East before I came live. He called it tipping point. Same thing. He was the president, founder, I think, of Turning Point USA. This is a turning point. I can smell more blood. I can smell the blood. It's fresh blood. This is the beginning, and it's going to reach every corner of America, and it's going to begin to get very clear. Now, as prophetic people, we should already have known, like I've been telling my community since last year, especially the beginning of last year, and then coming into this year. But if you just hearing me for the first time, just coming in, first of all, hit like on Facebook and on YouTube. But it's the first time you're hearing me now. I want you to know that you have at least a 2-year period to build your safe zone if you have to stay in America. If you're leaving America, you got a 2-year period to get out, because that 3rd year gets really tight. Are y'all listening to what I'm saying? Now, this is the same platform that's prophesied, I don't know how many major events. All glory go to God and to astrology, numerology, and the prophetic sciences. But you need to listen to what the hell I'm telling you. If you can't leave, brown people, who I'm talking to brown people and old people. If you can't leave America, you need to right now be organizing black safe zones wherever you live. And if you are in a zone where a black zone cannot be created, you need to move. I hope y'all hearing what I'm saying. Now, let's look at, because I done told the community this a long time ago, so they're hearing it again. But you may be hearing it for the first time. You're not here by happen chance. You need to pay attention to what the hell I'm saying. And on top of that, you need to join Patreon, because I don't know how safe it is for me to be coming out here and saying all this stuff. Because, and let me say why I say safe, and you probably have never heard me talk about me being safe, but I'm aware of the climate. Black people that are public figures, be careful. Right now, they need to get detail around this congresswoman that's been viral a lot. Both of them, the older one and the young one. It's time as black people, those of us that are black skinned and those of us that are white skinned, but we're black. I know that makes a lot of people confused. But black is a political stance. Black represents all of humanity. Black is a spiritual stance. Black is a consciousness. And you can become black no matter who you are. Y'all need to listen to me. So even our white-skinned black people, be careful. The radicals have just been activated. I repeat, be careful. Black people, Go ahead and get in the practice of not leaving your house without your passport, your birth certificate, your make sure your ID has the proper spelling of your name and your proper address on it. Especially those of you that move around a lot. Go ahead and get into practice. Don't leave your house without it. Because what is it's already here, but it's unfolding slowly. A lot of those things that we saw that was egregious in Trump's executive order don't start until 2026. We aren't paying attention. I hope that Charlie Kirk's murder and assassination wakes up an alarm in you that starts sounding to where you will begin to posture your entire life in the future and begin to go in the direction of the future. Okay, hold on, let me do this, because I saw some interesting things. Now, y'all know I love Tiffany the person. I do not agree with hardly nothing that she says. And this here, Thais said, I told my audience Don Lemon needs to get off the streets walking and run. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh my God. All right, so let's look at this. She posted this. Hold on, that's the second thing. The first thing she posted, hold on, kind of got a number. Thank you, Nancy. She said, there is no freaking way that he died. I am so angry right now. This is a prophetic leader in the Black community, Black Christian community, thousands of followers. And she says, there is no freaking way that he died. I'm so angry right now. Then she posts this. I am not taking this news well. I do not cry and I can't stop weeping. At 3:30 a.m. while in tongues, I heard the Lord say, the persecution of the church. So I wrote it down, shared on my IG stories. This was a direct attack on Christians who stand for the truth and a direct attack on God's ecclesia. May this be the shaking the church needs to wake up. Sadly, you guys, it is. The radicals have been activated. And then Donald Trump, she's sharing what Donald Trump said. Now, she's black-skinned. She's not, and I hate to say this because I like her, and this may be offensive to her. She ain't black, but she's black-skinned. The great and even legendary Charlie Kirk is dead. No one understood or had the heart of the youth in the United States of America better than Charlie. He was loved and admired by all, especially me, and now he is no longer with us. Melania and my sympathies go out to his beautiful wife, Erica, and family. Charlie, we love you. Now, this is interesting. For those of you that don't have church brain, for those of you that are thinking spiritual people, you're probably reading these posts and like, what planet, what world are they in? The planet and the world that they are in is Christianity. And if any part of you understands or agrees, rather, and aligns with what I have read from Tiffany Montgomery and Donald Trump, then that is the part of you that is anti-Christ. Antichrist consciousness. Okay, all right, let's look at one more post from her. Charlie Kirk was murdered because he was a truth teller. Now, I went over some of his quotes, right? She sees this as the truth. That's her right, but she sees it as the truth. Not because he was wicked or wrong or disrespectful or rude. I can't believe she made that statement with the things he said. But then again, I can. May his death not make you cower down in fear, but let revival, and that's the name that's going to be given to this uprising in some circles, of 1 million truth tellers erupt all over the world and show evil that it can never prevail against God's church. Another black-skinned gospel artist, someone sent this to me, Dathan Thigpen, who I love. praying for Charlie's wife, Erica, and their 2 kids. Wow, this is very sad. People didn't always agree with his political stances, but the one thing that commanded my respect for him was how he boldly shared his faith with the world. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where you begin to redirect your black dollars. This is where you begin to unfollow, no longer support. This is where you begin to pour all your finances and into the direction of where you want to go and who you want to be, and to support those that are telling the truth, not a truth according to a cult, but a global humanitarian truth. See, the truth wraps its arms around everyone, some tighter than others. But the truth is the truth at any given time, no matter your religion. So when she say truth teller, when Dathan Thigpen says that his politics people didn't agree with, or his truth, that is the truth of a cult. It is a truth, but it's their truth. If your truth that you stand on is not a fit for everybody, then you are cultic in the word of your faith and your belief. God created all. God himself is not, never will be a Christian. He will never be Muslim. He will never be a follower of Judaism. Never. Not the true God. All these religions are a try to get to understand who God is, to define God, and to control people. But the true God, Lord God of all, maker and creator of heaven and earth. Somebody says Sophia Ruffin says something similar. That's not surprising. The former lesbian, the ex-gay, absolutely, that goes with that. I don't know who that is. Okay, let me talk to you about this Uranus and Gemini, because this is still in effect. I told y'all about this eclipse, and the way that we saw this collective grief was because we looked at the deaths of Princess Diana and Mother Teresa that happened in a eclipse corridor, which is what we're in right now. We also, I think I mentioned to you guys, some other things that happened in Asia during this eclipse corridor. Their financial system fell. In America, the iPhone was introduced the last time we were in this type of eclipse corridor, and it changed cellular phones forever. Apple is about to release this month a new flagship phone, and they said it marks the beginning of the change of cellular devices made by Apple forever. See, that's a pattern. That is an astrological pattern. We gotta pay a darn attention. If you knew that, you would have invested in Apple last year. You would have put that $10,000 in Apple 5 years ago. But the church tell you don't pay attention to what God made with his hand. He's the intelligence that is holding it all and suspending it in space. One little iota was off, everything will fall out, and earth will even be consumed with fire. But it's all perfectly in balance. He is the ultimate divine super intelligence. And he lives in us and all of the cosmos, the galaxies, trillions of stars and planets in our body. It's all there. Don't pay attention to the 12 zodiac, but you want me to pay attention to the 12 tribes of Judah. You want me to pay attention to how the 12 baskets were left over from feeding 5,000. This looked like the 12 gates to the city. It looks like the 12 zodiac. Wait a minute. There's 12 major cell salts, minerals in my body. You are the universe, and the universe is you. They disconnected you strategically through Christianity away from knowledge and power and self-actualization. But I release you into it. I release you into it now to where you begin to unlock your power and your intergalactic, interstellar, supernatural sight. This kind of sight is rising in you that is introspective, is also inventive. It has an element where it decodes and dissects. That's in your eye. That's going to begin to come open as you begin to change what you're digesting, what you're listening to, because the person in your ear affects your year. So you're going to have a new year because you're coming over in patreon.com/Larry Reid Live. Go ahead, come on over, because I don't know nowhere else to sing it. But people be out here talking crazy. And I'm like, they're good, good, good. And one day I listen to them like, the hell you said? No, I can't say nobody to you. So just come on over to patreon.com/Larry Live. Get in the community, pay a darn attention, be in the prayers Tuesday through Friday. Some of the stuff that I said, it comes out in prayer, in morning 8 o'clock prayer. Create, get, make, move to black safe zone. Create, get to, make, build your exit plan. Because what has already happened in America is going to continue to intensify all the way up until about 30, 33, 30, 34, 30, 35. And then we're going to start seeing a change. Because before Pluto comes out of Aquarius, it's going to change American government systems, money, schools, everything, travel in the air, everything. Because that's what happened when Pluto goes into Aquarius. The entire globe changes, especially America. Okay, so Gemini. I know you're not used to hearing big words like that because you dumb. Yeah, and the kind of prophets you listen to. Been preparing you for years. And now people are going to say, wait a minute, I didn't even know this was going on. They all, and people like you, Nicole, and your husband, Jay Tyler, when they talk to you, be like, God, where have you been all these years? Because people are going to start searching for the truth. A lot of these people in here normally don't even watch me. But they're watching now because they feel, their spirit know something done shifted today on September the 10th. Something was ended and something's beginning. You know, oh my God, y'all. Divine endings and new beginnings. That is one of the key prophecies for September. Are you hearing what I'm saying? You the reason I got my passport. Whether you traveling or not, I told you to get it. Are y'all hearing what I said? What I'm saying to you? Okay, so let me go into this here. Oh no, that's not another video. But just listen to me for a little bit, because I'm about to explain to you. I've already done a video on September the 6th. You can go back and watch where I said this. Let me play this for you for those of you just coming in, because I talked about this September the 6th, and here we are right here in it. Where is that at? Kendall, did you take it out? You must have took it out. It's not in here no more. You did. You took it out. The last time we had a lunar eclipse in Pisces, there were certain things that happened. Two particular things that happened. Princess Diana's death. Her death was August the 31st. The funeral was September the 6th. Billions watched globally as this global icon passed. It is possible that we could see this repeat in the month of September, on or around. Now, it happened about 2 weeks before the eclipse, on and around. Guess who else died last time we had a lunar eclipse in Pisces? Mother Teresa. So collective grief could be something that we're gonna see in this month. Could be. There's a possibility because the energy from Pisces. So we could see some global or collective mourning that's going to be happening in this month on or around when the lunar eclipse is in Pisces. All right. Okay, so I want you to make a commitment with yourself for a successful September moving forward. That was another prophecy that was spoken about September. The 999 portal was yesterday, and the main theme of the 99 portal was endings and beginnings. I want you to know that it was the end of his life and the beginning of a group of people that's going to begin to rise up. And these people that are rising up are radicals. It's also the rise up of new thinkers. You can see people change their whole stance on things. They're going to end one train of thought being, and they're going to embrace another. So you're going to begin to see radicals, and then you also are going to see a different type of radical that is all about consciousness, the collective, humanity, and then these other people. Now, this reminds me of a prophecy. I played this up here. I don't have it loaded in 2017, where I talked about this was going to happen, that there was going to be a split in the White House. And I literally said it out of my mouth. I saw the Capitol building split in two. That is still online. I played it on one of my recent shows, but it's still on YouTube. You can find it. If you need help in finding it, email Kendall at thembnnetwork.org. Kendall, Kendall, at thembnnetwork.org to see these old prophecies from years ago. In that same prophecy, I named key people's names. These key peoples have just been in scandals. And I talked about the intelligence mode. I even came on my show talking about cyber safety and hacking. That was the way I opened my show for like 3 years. And I was telling you guys that there was these hackers and these moles, and that there were soldiers, foot soldiers from other countries that are on our soil right now. But how a lot of this shall be in the world of intelligence and in the cyberspace. Every prophecy is going to come to pass. It always do. I haven't spoke when God says not to speak. I only spoke when he said it. I do not try to figure out the future. I don't try to see who's going to win a basketball game, who's going to win the presidency. I just see it and I say it. And because of that, there's nobody that can say, okay, he prophesied this and it did not come to pass, because it's not me. It's just a listening and a seeing. And we follow that thing. That's the way I've been able to do everything you ever seen me do. Every music, every show, every video, even the funny stuff come all up out of spirit. My personal prayer time, I just follow that. And it makes me look brilliant, make me look smart, make me look funny, make me look talented. But it's just the spirit. This is why I say to people all the time, Reformation, hear me. Don't let nothing keep you from your personal devotion time when you wake up in the morning, whatever time you choose to get up. And remember, even if I'm your personal prophet, your personal futurist shift strategist, your future technician, although I'm that for you, the most important prophet you will ever encounter in your life is living right here. The prophet in you. What are you saying over your life? What are you speaking over your money? What are you speaking over your children? What are you speaking over your community, your world? Today, because I moved out of that 15,000 square feet house because I traveled the world so much, I moved into a 3,000 some square feet penthouse. Got the studios in here for MBN Network. This is the new Episcopal residence. But it sits at the top of this tower. Today, Larry, in the spirit, went round the whole development. And I began to prophesy to the whole area. And I brought it into safety. I brought it into enlightenment, because that's my job as an intercessor. This is the kind of stuff you guys are going to have to start doing before your children leave the house. You're going to have to get your oil, put your prophetic finger in it, and trace an 8 over your child, your front and back door. Tonight, you need to do that. In fact, we are all in this shift, right? So all month long, we've been sowing the shift seed. Let me tell you something. What you want to grow, you got to plant it with your words, with your deeds, and with your thoughts. And one of the deeds that we're going to do tonight, we've been doing it. We've been doing a shift seed. And all of us tonight, we're going to do the shift seed. Now, this is what is going to be so powerful about the shift seed. Now, it's 4 different levels called some of us rich and some of us on a fixed income. So choose one of these 4 levels. Choose one of these 4 levels, and one of our prophets is going to call you and say thank you, and then give you the word of the Lord. This thing getting, I'm hot, and things getting fogged it up. I want you to look at this and choose which way you're going to do, which level you're going to do your successful shifting seed. Because let me tell you this, we are in a shift. America's in a shift, and it's a little bit critical for us personally. I want you to safely shift into your most successful future. 2 things you need to do. When you sow whatever seed, you can do the 5912. Everybody here can do the 5912. A prophet is going to call you. High performer, a prophet is going to call you. We have 2 powerful prophets now. We have to condense our team. But both of the powerful prophets get on the phone with you if you donate at the stakeholder level. And those you doing at the super seed level, I'm going to give you the word of the Lord. Now, you decide how you want to do it. I'm not finished. I got to continue to talk. So don't leave because I'm talking about a donation. Stay and wait till after I finish, because I ain't finished. I got something else to tell you. And your pastor ain't going to tell you, so you might as well get it from me so you're not stupid like him. So you decide what level you want to do your seed. Name it in the memo section. Put your phone number in the memo section. Woo, it's hot in here. So now my glasses is folding up. In the memo section, over there on the right is where you sow your seed. But in the memo section, put your phone number and put successful shifting seed. 5912. If you can got $59.12, just make sure there are 9 in there because we're in the 9th month. Venmo @ MBN Network. Cash App $ MBN Network. PayPal thembnnetwork.org. Text the word give to 404-845. PushPay is a great way because it keeps a record of all you're giving. Pushpay.com/G/the MBN Network. I see that Rhonda Jones done 2912. So I think that's another Rhonda Jones. So if you can't do 5912, do whatever you want to do, but wrap your intention around it, because you cannot just be giving away your money to a nonprofit. You're about to do some spiritual work. Wrap your intention around that $59.12. It's a successful shifting seed. And say out of your mouth, as I sow this seed, I'm planting in my future. The stratagems that I need, the strategies I need in order to successfully shift from America to that country I'm moving to, from this state I'm living in to the other state, from this job to the next job, from this career to that career, from that marriage to single, from single to getting married. We all in transition. The shift is happening right now, and you need to make sure that you are shifting successfully. Successful shiftings. Now let's talk about Uranus. I've said this before, but I'm gonna have to repeat it because I gotta make sure everybody get this. Because then I want to sleep good tonight and say, Larry, you said what needed to be said. You warned people, you instructed them. Now you good. Then I can go my members only and be real foolish and cut up. Yeah. Thank you so much, Quanisha Bartholomew, for 5912. Yeah, I see your phone number. Good. A prophet's gonna call you. I hate that the lead attorney gave and didn't even leave his number where the prophets can call him. Inbox me if you still listen, leave the attorney a phone number that my team can call you at and pray with you and give you the prophetic word of the Lord. Okay, let's talk about, thank you, Cornelius, and I see your phone numbers in there. Good, the prophet gonna call you. First, let me start with Pluto. This is the thing working. This is gonna keep fogging up because it's hot. I'm hot. Let me tell y'all something. Pluto causes wars. Pluto began to come into Aquarius top of 2024, January the 18th, 2024. It started playing in Aquarius sign, then it will go back. When it went back into Capricorn, that was the sign that Pluto was in when Donald Trump was president. That's why I told y'all in March that it looks like there's going to be a rise of Trump energy, or Trump is going to win the election in November, because that's when Pluto goes back. It went back in Capricorn just long enough for us to have the election. Then it came out of Capricorn and went back into Aquarius. Since then, we have been going through a revolution, an innovation and a revolution. We're in the ugly part of it now, where everything is breaking down. America turns 250 years old next year. In America's chart, and I didn't even look at that until a little while ago, in the chart, it said that, was it this month or on and around October, that there will be a political leader that will be killed. Now, this is not prophecy. This is just looking at the pattern and the stars and what happened the last time. That's how I knew this was going to happen this time, because I just looked in the stars. I didn't say God told me. I didn't say this was a prophecy. It was just looking at the stars. And you need to look at the stars. The farmers do. You ever seen the Farmer's Almanac? Why you not looking at the stars? There's certain times of the month you buy a car, certain times of the month you handle contracts, certain times of the month you open a new bank account, certain times of the month you do certain things. Why ain't you following the heavens? You'll have more success with looking at what God made long time ago. And pay attention. Thank you, Dr. Kim Golden, for a partner seed. Thank you. I see you guys. I'm going to recognize them in just a little bit, but I want to finish what I'm talking about. Now, there's nothing you can stop. There's nothing you can do to stop what I'm telling you is going to happen. It's already in motion and it's written in the heavens. Who you think wrote it? The Lord now. You can't do nothing with it. This is what it's going to be. This is how it's going to be. This is what it is. Now, what you need to do, you need to make sure you're on the right side of history. I love this. He's organizing a prayer for 250th birthday. I love that he is doing that. That is going to hasten what is to come. Yeah, we used to follow the Farmer's Almanac. All right, so Uranus. So I was telling you guys about Neptune and Saturn, how they were going into Aries. They are also, now they could be going into another sign, but because they're going into Aries is ruled by Mars. Mm-hmm. That ain't nothing but fight. Now you got that going on, although they're retrograded to Pisces a little bit. I think they're about to come out of it. Now, that's happening with Neptune and Saturn. The overlay is Uranus in Gemini. Remember, our president is Gemini. That is key. You need to understand why. Because Gemini is the communicator. He moves the masses. She moves the masses with her mouth. I repeat. There's so many other attributes of Gemini, but that's the one I want to focus on. Gemini has a gifting, a calling, an ability to move masses with their mouth. A Gemini talking can have you out your drawers and you don't even know when you took them off. Geminis are so creative in communicating what they feel, and they can communicate in a way to draw you in to where you forget other realities. This is their gift. But remember, every sign can either be the classical, the dormant, or the toxic version of itself. Let me say it like this, because that's my teaching, but this is a real simple way to say it. Every sign, I'm an Aquarius, every sign has a shadow. So it's the part that is not so lovely. And then also remember, Gemini is a mutable sign. So Gemini, whether they choose to do or not, have an ability to code switch and to change and to mutate and be a chameleon. And they can do it in one conversation with their words to win 5 different people who are out of agreement. They can find something to say to get all 5 people to work together for their personal agenda. Because you don't know astrology, you don't know this. You got to learn it. Now, I'm setting something up on the team. Oh, it's supposed to be discussed tonight, but this messed up everything. So me and Mark could do it on another day. There is I have a school of prophets and mystics I had since the 90s. And I'm about to go into 2.0 of teaching, but 1.0, you can do the course and do it on your own. What I'm going to focus in this part 2, I'm going to show you how to use astrology as opposed to just telling you about astrology. But everybody here needs to know it. You need to know it if you're dealing with money, if you're dealing with people. If you're dealing with money, people, and you traveling, you need to know astrology, because there's some days you, according to when you were born, shouldn't be in the plane. According to when you were born, there's certain time you shouldn't be having surgery on that day. You, because of when you were born, you shouldn't be living in that area. That's why it's so much of a struggle for you to do what it is you want to do, because you're in the wrong location. Huh? All right. I got to get to work. I'm going to tell y'all about this Gemini, then I'm going to get to work. With the prophecy. And let me go ahead and come off of, well, just somebody remind me to come off of Facebook before I get to giving the prophetic words. Let me say this about, thank you once again, lead attorney. Let me say this about Gemini. Well, you know what? Come to Patreon to find out about Uranus and Gemini. I actually did a live on YouTube. Kendall, can you find the title of it where I discussed Neptune, Saturn, and Gemini and all these things? Because I already did this before. I don't think I should take this time to do it again. I can actually ask some of the questions that are in the chat. So that's what I'm gonna do. Versus teaching it again. I'm gonna actually Lord, I was prophesied that I am in the right business in the wrong location. Yeah. Yeah, I'll leave that Gemini Uranus thing for over there. Let me answer your questions. If you got a question, go ahead and put it in there. You got 2 minutes to put it in there, and then Kendall will start and I answer. I got 15 minutes to answer questions. All right. Here we go. First question. In fact, let me come off of Facebook. Facebook, come over there to YouTube if you want to continue. I see some questions in here about divorce. I see some questions in here about when they were born. I'm gonna answer these questions. Your North Node. Oh, you're gonna make me have to pull out some stuff for real. But it's interesting that the North Node posture and position for the when I'm looking at the Pisces, it pointed to martyrdom. I may have said it out of my mouth when I was teaching on that day about the eclipse. Martyrdom. They're going to make Charlie Kirk a martyr. Now, they wouldn't let us do George Floyd like that, but watch what I say. I already told you about 2 hours ago, we're going to be an assassination. He was assassinated. Everybody saying, you shouldn't say this, shouldn't say this, too big of a word. Now the news is saying political assassination. Watch. According to the heavens, martyrdom. They're going to make him a martyr. Crazy just got activated. I'm telling y'all, crazy just got activated. Oh, great. The heavens are telling the story with Dr. Larry Reid. Go watch that. Go watch that. Thank you, Gary. I see you. Go and study it. Listen to it over and over so you can know it like the back of your hand. Thank you, Maria Gordon. Thank you. I hope you put your phone number in there. Lavora, my pleasure. That's why I came out here in the public just for you. It was an idea, and Kendall really pushed me. He said, yeah, you should do it public. How do you join members only? You got from your laptop, you got to go to youtube.com/Larry Live. And when you see the subscribe button from the laptop, you'll see a join beside it. Click join. I'm going to be over there. I almost went over there early today. Now, that ain't spirituality and teaching. That is me over there cutting up. If you want spirituality teaching and prophecy, that's Patreon. Members only, mess. Patreon, prophetic. Okay? So you get to choose. Thank you, Michael Bryant, for 5912. I see y'all, LaShonda Ringo Kersley, 112.99. I see what you're doing. I see y'all. Sherlyn, CJ, 5912. I see it. I'm going to recognize it. But let me answer these questions first. All right. Let me get off Facebook. Bye, Facebook. I get off there. I think I just removed Facebook from this stream. Yeah. Bye. Okay, we're only on YouTube now. Won't hardly nobody over there on Facebook. Nobody, about a few hundred. All right, so here we go. Kim Summer says, Dr. Reid, I've been divorced for 5 years and ready to start dating. I've been on several dating apps and have not had any luck. Do you see if that special someone will ever find me? Thanks. Will that special someone ever find me? The reason why you're having a blockage is because you need soul healing from mama trauma. Mama trauma. There is a space in your soul that is incomplete because of something that has been passed down, a pain, a posture of soul and being through the women in your line. And you are the one that is supposed to heal it. So you're going to have to do the hard work of healing it. Take this moment and this time that you have to yourself to enjoy yourself and date yourself. You can continue to reach for these apps and put yourself in certain spaces and places. Don't do it all on the apps. Go somewhere, put yourself in these spaces and places where the kind of partner you want tend to be. Use ChatGPT to help you. Tell ChatGPT who you are, where you come from, name, birth date, time you were born, also the location you were born in, and tell it that where you live now and give you suggestions for me. Do all that, but at the same time, remember what I said. You've got to clear the trauma, the drama, trauma. All right. Oh, Lord, give me that one. That right there. I got to take a gummy, y'all, so it might take a little turn. Okay. I got to go sleep, though. Question. I am definitely interested in joining y'all for the African trip. Please advise. I'm currently working on passport. Okay, great. Come get into Patreon. All information going to be dropped there. Okay. All righty. Next question. Hi, Dr. Reid. I've received the word about stepping into my unique rhythm and cadence. Okay. How do I know when I've truly come into that R and C? How do I stay there? Okay, I don't know what the R and C mean. What's rhythm and cadence? Okay. How do I stay there? And how do I recognize the season I'm in? Okay. Oh, that's the loaded question. When you begin to see things move with ease, example, you have in your mind that you want to X, Y, Z. You begin to go after that thing or produce that thing or do that thing or get that thing. And everything lines up. When I say everything lines up, not just the feeling. What are the purpose that you were born for? What's the one word you were born for? You need to know that. What are the numbers that are connected to your life? You need to know that. What's your sign? You need to know that and the attributes. Because let's suppose you go and you're doing it and everything is done with ease. But it's out of step with the numbers in your life, with your actual sign, the sun sign, or maybe it's your moon sign or your rising, but something is not in sync. That's how you know. when you're in cadence and in rhythm, when everything lines up. So you first have got to make sure you are aligned with yourself, your identity, know who you are, the word you're born for, the numbers you're born for, because that becomes your guide. They're literally angels to you when you know these things. And they're able to be like guardrails and guides for you as you move forward. So I want you to make sure that you are one with yourself and aligned with your innermost, deepest thoughts and wants and desires. You are clearing your identity. You know what you're here for, your numbers, and you put your focus there and continue to do all the things that you want to do and want to achieve. And you'll begin to sense and feel when you're out of step. And let me tell you something. Doubt does not mean don't. Put that in the chat. Doubt does not mean don't, but doubt always means not right now. Sometimes doubt means don't, but doubt doesn't always mean don't. Doubt is a sign, not right now, that helps keep you in cadence, that help keep you in rhythm. Okay? God bless you and thank you. I can't wait to see you again. Crystal Williams, you also said that in the month of September, the veil is very thin, and we will see our words, thoughts, and deeds manifesting more quickly than usual. He said it need to be quick and it need to be televised, and he got what he said out his mouth. All right, they are telling people not to go out into certain places because there will be revenge killings. Really? Well, what was that said? When will this stuff stop? We need God to intervene. Is that naive to pray? Okay, I'm glad you asked me that, but let me tell you something about prayer. God is not somebody that you beg and ask for anything. That is the way Christianity taught you to pray. It's in your Bibles to pray like that. That is not prayer. That's not prayer. Let me tell you how you can pray. Somebody, you said, when will this stuff stop? We need God to intervene. And I want you to just have a regular thought about this. If God could be begged until he give you what he wants, if prayer by itself, that kind of prayer, worked, why was there slavery? Why would so many people get killed and stuff? And what? Y'all, God ain't here. Let me make sure I'm real clear about this. God won in that election. God ain't in that White House. God is not by default everywhere in here. And I'm saying it that way so you can really hear me. I do want to sort of shock you. He is only where you invoke or conjure him. And how do I invoke and conjure God, the super intelligence, the almighty, the God of gods, because there are many gods, the Lord of lords? How do I conjure that one that made me? With my mouth, my thoughts, and my deeds. Word, thought, deed. This is how you pray concerning that. Today I leave the house and I'm divinely protected. The angels of God are round about me. Everywhere I go, I am covered. I'm in an envelope of power and protection and prosperity. And as I move throughout my city, Spirit leads and guides me and nothing harms me. That's how you pray. You speak it and you talk like you God. Just know that thing that made y'all pray, our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. That's a prayer strategy. That isn't a prayer itself. So from that strategy, we understand that we are not supposed to be begging. We're supposed to be speaking it into existence the way that we want to experience it. Your moments are defined by your mouth. That's how you pray. Crystal McKenzie. Question: what was the final resolution on Patreon Tier 2? My 1 year ends at the end of the month. Great. And I would like to cancel before my car get hits for $289. I think you can go in there and you could cancel your membership. What you're going to have to do, because somebody told me this, just cancel your membership. That way you can sign up with that same email address, so you ain't got to change it to Tier 1. Okay, Chi? Pringle, question. I'm a June 19th Gemini, so I'm confused if there is a difference between. Yeah, there is a difference, but all signs have a shadow sign. I'm just very familiar with Aquarius and Gemini shadow sign. I am a Aquarius, and Aquarius and Gemini always find each other. Always find each other. They're, for lack of better words, they're attracted to each other. Almost like how the prophet and the apostle, you can't have one without the other, and they always find each other. They work together. They're the foundation that the church is built on. Same way with Aquarius and Gemini. They're going to always find each other. So I'm very familiar with the shadow side or toxic side of Gemini and Aquarius. So don't let me talking about the toxicity of Gemini make you think something about you that's not true. Because remember, as it relates to all of the signs, that you have the classical manifestation of that sign, and then you have the toxic, first of all, the classical, the full expression of the sun sign trait. Then you have the dormant, meaning the traits are hidden and they need to be unearthed, or the toxic or the shadow of the traits. So remember that as relates to the astrological sign types. All right, you need to get into school, Pringle, in the School of Prophets and Mystics. Do you think the president health is failing? Yeah. Even before they started talking about his hand and his feet, you could look at him and tell that Oompa Loompa is not okay. And that body is towed up. And you can tell by what he eat. He always talk about eating McDonald's. Come on now. Yes, failing. Where is a good area to be at if we can leave the States? Ooh, great question. It depends. I don't know how to answer that. I will answer it, but realize I don't know all your business. I do not know your financial stuff. I don't know what kind of work you do. I don't know if you're married, single, or any of those things. But places that you can go to that is very safe. Let me see. Now I'm gonna say something that somebody may not agree, but Canada is good if you don't want to go that way over the water. Mexico, certain parts, is good if you don't want to leave this side. There are a couple of islands as well, but see, I'm not with none of that because I'm not studying no hurricane. I'm not going there. A great place would be Lisbon, Portugal, Brazil. Great for your black. And it's really easy to live a great life in those places with not a lot of money. I'm saying like with $4,000 a month. If you make that and you make it online, some of these places you can live like a king. I will actually need to know more, Joyous Nisha, but I hope that helped answer your question. All right, I want to recognize some of the people that have given. There are a few people that gave the super seed that I need to speak to prophetically. So I'm going to speak to you guys prophetically. And then the rest of you guys are going to be receiving a phone call from one of our prophets. It's 8:30. Oh, I'm doing good because this list ain't long. So this is going to be good. And then stay around because I recognize all of you that donated to the NBN network. Let me see. Thank you for that, Tamara. Thank you once again, lead attorney. Okay. All right. I'm looking at Panama 2027. Great. Someone said colorism is worse in Brazil than it is in America. No, it's not. All places. It's certain places. Even the places that I named, every pocket of places around the world can have that kind of thing going on. But in Brazil, certain parts of Brazil, I'm not. I can't think of the name of that. It's two places, pretty big cities. Baby, the black is celebrated. The black is celebrated. So make sure you're in the right place. Oh, LBGTQ as well. Oh, yeah, you find in Portugal, you find in Brazil, Spain. There's certain parts of Africa, even South Africa. I've been meeting a lot of South African people on my page, and one was a strong but nice lesbian, and three of them was three sissified men with big old bread baskets. You can't hide it, and they safe in. And I asked them straight. I asked one. that lives in Dubai. So I don't never have no problem. I said, well, how you dating stuff? You can't get on the apps and stuff. Said, trust me, I don't have no problem. I said, and I know that from this guy that I knew years ago. He was sleeping with the princess. I don't know if I need to be saying that. Never mind. I don't even know what I just said. Let me just. No, I'm in America. Okay, so yeah. Some of the princes and stuff in one of them 7 Emirates, you know, they have these harems that are underground, and he was one. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's, yeah. Yeah, that can be very helpful in finding out what's a good place. But you need to know all of your information, the time that you were born, and also the location that you were born. That'll help. So I say it's the gummies, Larry. It might be. I'm planning to move to Bali. Oh, really? And I heard someone mention chart. Is there someone in the community that does astrocartography? You don't really need some. Just pay a little money on the app and put information in. Bam. Do that. Thank you, Dorothy. Possible. Who knows? Somebody give me information for tonight. See, baby, it's the same thing every Wednesday. $59.12. I ain't got time to describe what the numbers mean, but you should already know if you're in the community. All right. You said, Larry, be careful. I know. I thought about that thing. Dr. Reid, I've been divorced for 23 years. However, I wish to marry. Please help me. I'm a Capricorn. Oh, that's great. Capricorn, you do well with a Libra. Capricorn, you do good with a Taurus. You actually would do pretty good with water signs. Probably going to give you a little problem, but you could pair with the Pisces. Their water sign, a certain kind of Pisces. You're a female or male? You're a female. Don't mess with no. Unless you like women, don't mess with no male Pisces. Run away, other way. No shade to the male Pisces, but I'm dealing with Capricorn. Yes, any of them earth signs, them bean counters. Let me see. Oh, I know what you mean, baby. Do I attract abusive people because I'm a happy Aquarius? You attract abusive people. You probably also attract people who need healing, which an abusive person will need that. It's because Aquarius are healers. Aquarii are healers. Whether we are that or not, that's dependent on the person, because they got to come into their full. But the Aquarii, if you look all over the globe, they're less Aquarius than any other sign. Aquarius are called the humanitarians or the custodians of the zodiac. They bring all the signs together. In the Aquarius, you know, their circle of friends or association, you're going to end up with all 12 signs because they're the anchor. If you think about the imagery of the Aquarian is the androgynous person. We don't know if it's a male or a boy, although some people, the Babylonian Hellenistic, they paint the mascot of the Aquarii, some as a boy, some as a muscular man, some as a woman. But in its original, it's androgyny, and that's the reason why the Aquarii brings everybody together. Most Aquarius are going to be pansexuals because they have a eclectic collective pull on bringing everybody together. So you always are going to find yourself dealing with people who are entitled, people who don't have a lot of significance but want to attach their significance to you because of what you make them feel. Aquarius, when they're around, they make you feel safe and feel like you got somebody to go to who's going to know all the information. No one needs to be done. So that's the reason why that you are having this thing. Now, what you got to do, you got to protect yourself. Aquarius must learn how to unplug from the need of the masses, because we can get hijacked in being needed. because that's our work to give ourselves out. We have the picture with the water, and what we're doing, pouring it out. We're actually representing all of the signs: air, water, fire, earth. We're taking the water, pouring it upon the earth as an air sign. Are you getting that? Mm-hmm. Okay, that's enough of that. I'm going way into stuff, ain't I? Mm-hmm. Dr. Reid, I feel strongly that I should have dual citizenship in one of the African countries, but my birth chart states I would thrive better in Europe, Italy, or Japan. Okay, your birth chart states, have you done? Okay, let me tell you this. You probably feel when you go to Africa, or maybe you ain't even went, you probably got to go to Africa. That's probably what you are feeling. Go to Africa. And I would suggest anybody, the first time you go to Africa, go to Ghana. And once you go, check and see what you feel. You can have, listen to me, you can have dual citizenship in Africa. Just because you got citizenship in Africa don't mean you can't have it in Europe. Spirit is probably giving you a strategy because you don't check the sciences and see Europe, Italy, and Japan. Check which one of them. I think Japan just got this new thing they're doing for expats when it comes to coming in the country. Spain got one as well. I say to anybody, I haven't said it online, but I'm saying it now, get as many passports as possible. Put that in the chat. Get as many passports as possible for several reasons. Because of where we are in this country, and also there is no such thing as you being of a person being wealthy and not having several different citizenships. Because your money needs to be spread out in many different markets. Because you don't know what market you're going to fall at anytime you wake up in a day. That's according to Ecclesiastes 11, 1 and 2. That you're supposed to ship your grain across the sea. And you're supposed to have yourself in many different markets. And you should have 7 to 8, yea, even 8 streams of income that's probably investments. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Get as many passports as possible. And y'all was supposed to start getting these passports last year. All right, let me go ahead and do. I got 3 people I have to prophesy to, and then we're going to go for it. Don't nobody else do a super seed trying to get a prophecy tonight, because you won't get it tonight. You'll get it through voicemail. It'll be text to you. All right, so let me go ahead and do this right here. Let me turn this on private so I won't interrupt nothing. I'm recording. Today's date is September the 10th, 2025. Thanks so much, Nathan Locklear, for your donation to the MBN network. Spirit says this is the time that you're supposed to begin a slow let go of self, a slow let go of old routines. Spirit said you're going to begin to establish new routines that are aligned energetically with your future, because there's a future that is unfolding for you that you know nothing about. What you have in your head, the way that it's going to go, Spirit said it's not going to go that way. And Spirit says, after you walk through the fire, get ready to become a flame. You're going to see yourself burn with ambition, and you're going to also burn with the clarity and with the deep, deep conviction. And I can hear the sound of children. And these children are saying, hey, hey, hey. Some of them calling you uncle. Some of them are calling you dad. There is a calling that you're going to find yourself walking into. It's going to be like something that's going to pull at your belly. And you're going to know about this before it's time to do it. So you're going to have to know which way you go as it relates to the children, as it relates to the facility, as it relates to the building. As it relates to the garden, I'm looking at lines of food. And I hear the Spirit say, you're going to know about this. I'm going to show it to you before it's time to do it. And that's the word of the Lord. Lord, I forgot all about your wife, but that's the only thing the Spirit was talking about you. Let me see here. All right, so that's done. Today's date is September the 10th, 2025. Thanks so much, Kim Golden, for your donation to the MBN network. This is the word of the Lord. And the Lord says that I'm causing you to undo what was done so that you can make room for more. Spirit says that I'm going to give you a threefold plan that shall turn into threefold stream. If you don't have the third one yet, get ready, because you're going to begin to create this LLC, and you're going to find a need that you're going to meet as relates to people understanding and having clarity about themselves and their body. I see a world of consultation opening up and advocacy. And this is in the world of what it is that you do. Because I'm not, yes, that's my Kim Golden. So you're a doctor. Spirit says that you are going to begin to do this consultation and advocacy. And there's something that has, I'm seeing in my eye, I'm seeing the older generation, advocacy. They've been taken advantage of. And Spirit said that I'm going to put you on the job to where you're going to be in between them and their care provider. You must build it out and create it, because it is my will for you to do. And this is something that will not just be in the Americas, but you're going to have to multiply yourself and put it all over the globe. That's the word of the Lord. All right. I'm going to spell your name all wrong. Okay. Got that one. All right. Today's date is September the 10th of 2025. Thanks so much, LaFlore Notary Service. I don't know who that is, but this is the word of the Lord to you. I like to have your name, but Spirit says this to me. I'm beginning to see a world show up for me that I'm standing in. And this world that I'm standing in, I'm at a store and I'm picking out stuff for an event. There is an occasion. I feel like there's one that just happened, but there's another occasion that is showing up. Okay. A wedding and a funeral is visiting your family. It's like a wedding celebration, and then I see a funeral. Spirit is saying this to me. You're going to find yourself being, yet again, the anchor in your family. You're going to bring an emotional stability and even stability around real estate and around paperwork, money, banking. It's almost like you're going to find yourself being the person that is responsible for somebody's estate. I see something falling in your lap. And Spirit says to me that I am going to cause you to reach for your training and use it for this reigning, managing all of this, because I see this falling into your lap. And also, Spirit says this wedding and this funeral that I see also symbolizes what is happening with you in the world of business. I see one thing fading away and a new thing showing up. You're in a divine posture of endings and beginnings. And you're going to begin to start this and do this and open this and manage this and sit at the head of this. And that's the word of the Lord to you. All right. So I am complete. I don't know who LaFlore. I don't know how y'all going to find this. LaFlore, did you leave your phone number so they can text you this so you can listen to it over and over? If you didn't, email your phone number to donations@thembnnetwork.org with a picture of your donation so that we make sure that so the prophets will be able to call you. Mm-hmm. I mean, so they'll be able to email this over. Mm-hmm. Now, those of you that donated at the, let me see. They got it right here for me, so I better recognize everybody. Thank you, Miss Pat. Why ain't the thing opening up? Okay, stakeholders, you're going to receive a phone call with two prophets on the phone. Lisa Part, Stephanie Peoples, Kelly Shaw. They're going to be calling you. Even those of you that do these donations after you watching the replay, we're still going to see it, and we're going to give you a call. Okay, I just clicked on the same thing again. All right, those of you high performers, Crystal Waters, Lewis Walker, LaShonda Ringer, Kansas. Shamako's going to be calling all these people. Candace Johnson Playaz, Marva Morris, Benita Banis. How you doing? Michaela Midget, Felicia Hakode, Kim Summers Bell. Great. Shamako's going to be calling you and giving you the word of the Lord. Try not to keep him on the phone long, because y'all know he love people. Let me see the partners, because this is who just Sarah's going to be calling. Did I open the right thing? All right, partners. You're going to get a phone call from Jacera, Cornisha Bartholomew, Crystal Williams, Cornelius Monte, Kendall Peacock, Shante Hart, Michelle Hawkins, Shamako Bryan, Erica McCullough, Beverly Richardson, Tracy Mills, Lakeisha Thomas, Jesse Swan, Letitia Murphy, Argentina Harris, Rhonda Jones, Lori Scott, Alicia Jones, Stacy Kristen Fields, Taylor Price, Travis Patterson, Jamil Malone, CJ, William Henry Jones, Rhonda Jones, another one, Cerise Richardson, Olisa DeWitt, Kim Golden. Hold on. Kim Golden done partner seed and a super seed? Check that, Miss Pat, unless it was a super seed from Sunday that I had to do tonight, or from prayer. Candace Gatson, Linda Williams, Veronica, Monique Watley, Janae Everett, Maria Gordon, Lucia Studies. I didn't do say that right. Brown, Andrea Granville, Carmelita Foster, Monica McLaughlin. Got it. All right. Thank you all for that. Okay, Kim just texted me. She said, I done partner seed tonight. That must be another Kim. I do appreciate the prophecy. Yeah, that's your prophecy. I went into Kim Golden. All right, so Miss Pat, check that out and make sure I'm not forgetting a Kim that I need to be speaking the word of the Lord to. Oh, it's from Sunday morning, Kim. You must have had to leave. That's from Sunday morning. Miss Pat said, I know what I'm doing. I know exactly. What? Can somebody verify if that's true? Thank you, Martha Weston. Can y'all verify that? Oh, that was you, Tanisha. All right, great. Let me tell you, McQuarrie. What was that? I said the Spirit says something about. No, somebody prophesied to me. I think somebody prophesied this to me about going to a place or something. And I want to go to Thailand. I just want to go, but I think I'm supposed to go to Bali for like a spiritual something. Yeah. I just did my chart. ChatGPT was very thorough as long as you know the information. Yeah, you got to know how to prompt. If you don't know how to prompt, you get something stupid and crazy from ChatGPT. I'm a Scorpio and have built a house in Ghana that the locals keep vandalizing. Should I give up, or have I built in the wrong place? I have Sierra Leone citizenship too. That means we family. My mama side Sierra Leone. Email me. Can you email? Oh, let's see. Email. Who I want to email? Soul, COUL at the mbnnetwork.org. Give me your address. I need your address. No, you can email info at the mbnnetwork.org. Info at the mbnnetwork.org. In the subject line, put built house in Ghana. And I can see it. I can go over there and see it. And I need your address. I got people in Ghana. I got 3 businesses in Ghana. So let me know. I might can get some of our security fellas to go over there and then find out what's going on. Yeah. And you may need to hire one of the contractors in one of our businesses, MBN Transport and Tours, to just do a check over, because they know the locals. My folk know the locals, and that can happen. I hope you didn't build in the wrong place. They will vandalize it. I'll be there in a couple of weeks too. If it's in Accra and it's not too far, I'll go by there and look and see. And I take some of the people I know there to tell me what to tell you. So just email me. All right. He actually says stupid. Is that the truth? It was you. I know somebody told me that. It was Jay Tyler. And I know that's the word of the Lord. Mm-mm. A friend of yours moved to Bali? Really? He did. Oh, Lord. I'm glad you enjoy. All right, y'all. Can y'all believe this? I've done this publicly. Done two things at the same time and finishing early. That's great. I did that thing tonight, didn't I? I just saw somebody. Just getting on to rumor and felt led to sow Sunday partner seed with watch replay. Oh, okay. There's a lot in this, Latina. You gotta watch it. Gotta watch it. Okay, y'all go with the shade now. Kiss my baby for me, Dominique. Keep this strain of gummy. Shade. Okay, he said black women do not have the brain processing power to be taken serious. So this man just really cursed his whole life. You can't talk about the mother of all creation? The black woman? Bruh. You too young to lose your life. You got two little children. That video, if you ain't seen it, I wouldn't even watch it. It's horrible. 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 It's terrible. Ooh. Are we going to the members only tonight? If I did not have to do something now, I would. I'm probably going to be the new, but you know, I never can tell. If they finish that, I may be turned up so much I go live and members only late. But I ain't going to do that because it's too late. I got to get up in the morning at 8 for prayer. Prayer. Thursday and Friday, meet me in Patreon for prayer. Prayer. Patreon.com/Larry Live is posted there. You can come meet me over there. All right. Well, why y'all telling me stuff that's gonna get me turned up and be hit over there in members only? I can't do that one. That's another thing that'll send me off fussing and a little bit of cussing. I can't take that one. Yeah, that's why I watched it. Cause it's horrible. It just like he said execution, quick, televised. Bruh. Did you go to Sun Med? What's that? Yeah, it's gonna be hard to get out your head. Thank you, Kimberly Bills. Shamaka gonna be calling you. Thank you. That was his own words. Y'all, if this ain't one big lesson on watch your mouth and them thought word deed seeds, carefully consider. From September to December, the Spirit called these the setting months. So these months are setting the next season. The CBD store in Buckhead. No, I ain't went there. I go to another one in Roswell. And thank you, Alicia. Is Alicia in here? I got what you sent me. Yes, you have to join each platform separately. You do. Because on the members only, it's just jaw jacking, and I may read somebody like my old Larry lives. On Patreon, it's prophecy, it's prayer. It's like what we did tonight, all the time, plus prayer 4 days a week. And anything else I may drop in there we want to talk about privately. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do y'all know black is brilliance? The smartest people in the world are black. All of that was a strategy to make us appear to be something that we are not. So they push smart Asian and smart whites. But the brilliance in the earth comes out of the melanin. Thank you, Alicia. I got it. Them two gummy things. Thank you. That was nice of you. They are the most educated in this country. See, y'all, that's why I wrote black like that. Oh my Lord Jesus, I supposed to. Jesus. Let me go, because I gotta help somebody. Jesus, I'm so glad I finished early. I'm about to have somebody stranded. Let me know if they work, because they have some stronger. Baby, it didn't work. I had to pop mine. But then again, I don't know. Come and tell you what I did. I took yours to try to see how long it was. An hour and a half, 2 hours. I don't feel nothing. So then I took a second one like I normally do here. I took one of mine. I did sleep longer, but I also resolved something yesterday that I needed to resolve that may have put me in a rest. So I don't even know. No, I ain't got no drug dealer. Well, sort of. I got a weed man, sort of. So yeah. But he's a singer and an artist that I just happen to know when he goes to California and get the stuff from the government. You know, that's why they got made weed illegal, called the government just wanting the money. And they're going to get it too. Watch what I say. Mm-hmm. Won't we listen to that on our way out? I sent my Cash App directly to you. Really? Let me look and see. To me or to the ministry? If you sent it to MBN, that ain't me, baby. I mean, it is me, but what's your name? I see it. I hope you put a demand on that, because see, it's different when you get to the ministry. When you are Taruma, straight to me, you can make a demand on certain giftings, abilities, aspects of my life that you can call because you sow. Because you go in the direction that you sow. You grow where you sow. So you sow it into me. So if you need property, music, hits, streams, popularity, acting, all of that I've done. So you can access all of that. Been a great father, 2 daughters. I was a great husband, although it ended in divorce, but not because she was so bad, I was so bad. Just because we knew we were going a different direction. She was just over here in my bedroom the other day, not doing the nasty, but just talking. Great relationship. So there's some aspect that you can access with that 112. That 12 is the apostolic, and I'm an apostle as well. So that 12 that's in there, what other numbers in there? Oh, you did the 9s too. That's good to do the 9s because September. Could have threw a 7 in there because it's September. Septembre means 7. So that's why it's a month of endings and new beginnings. Yeah. And then that 999 portal yesterday intensified all that. Yeah. Let me go. 9 o'clock. We're going out of here on Black Like That, which you can stream it wherever you listen to your music. There is a black that whiteness makes. Black skinned people with white souls. I'm a different kind of black. I'm Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Kwame Nkrumah, Patrice Lumumba, Marcus Garvey, and Gaddafi black. I'm black like that. Melanated, complicated, underrated, culture rich but confiscated, story sacred, I'm mislocated, truth evaded, but I'm still the top creative. Wanna be black like that, never seen a soul like that, making their pockets fat, we about to take the power back. Gonna be black like that, keeping the soul intact, breaking the systems back, and taking our stories back. Black energy, whiteness enemy. If it isn't me, then why they envy me? It's gotta be the way I sway. Maybe it's the way I pray. How in the words I say, welcome to a brand new day.
I am black, beautiful, proud. I must be respected.
Yes, I'm black, I'm proud of it, I'm black and beautiful.
Welcome to a brand new day. Whoa, wanna be black like that. Never seen a soul like that. Making their pockets fat. We about to take the power back. Gonna be black like that. Keeping the soul intact. Breaking the systems back. And taking our stories back. Melanated, complicated, underrated, but I'm still the top creative. Wanna be black like that. Wanna be black like that. Wanna be black like that. We about to take the power back. Gonna be black like that. Keeping the soul intact. Breaking the systems back. And taking our stories back. Melanated,